What's going on, peoples? It's your boy back with another reaction video. I will be reacting to four terrifying, true deep web horror stories. I don't think I've ever been on the deep web. I remember some websites that would people would pass around when I was in high school. They said, "Oh, this is deep web," whatever that dark web or something like that. But I never went to the sites that I can remember. I never went. Wait a minute, no. Well, my friend went to a site where it was like he was buying weed or some shit on it, but I never did it. Like when on my computer at home because I was like, if something happened, even then I heard stories of like viruses and shit like that. People getting going to some of those sites, and then I was like, it's enough. I go to the Dragon Ball Z sites that I go to, or the random sites back then that I went to. That and it was like no real search engine, so it wasn't no real good one anyway. So I had like, if I would find a site, they would put like links to other sites, like at the bottom of the web page or something, so you can go. So, oh, this is if you like Dragon Ball Z or people who draw pictures, whatever Dragon Ball Z characters. Here's some other links to some other websites that they had. So, but yeah, I was always afraid. I was like, I do not want to get a virus on my damn computer because I did not want to hear his mouth. Like, cause at that age, I was a bit old for beatings, but I didn't want to hear his mouth. So, wanted to destroy the computer to get a virus and it fucks up the computer, and now I can't use it. It wasn't like we'd be able to instantly get another one. Anyway, let's get into this. Here we go.
Nightmare Files.
I'm 26 years old, and this story happened about 5 months ago. One night I woke up at around 1 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. Usually when
Welcome
this
to the
happens, I go
club.
on my laptop and I go on social media or I watch YouTube. I got pretty bored after a while, and then remember my friend telling me about the deep web, and even worse, the dark web. I thought it's the perfect time to check
Even
it out.
worse, aren't they the same thing?
When I go on there was a lot of links to click on,
Maybe they're
such as
different.
live rape, illegal pornography, hitmen for hire, human body parts for sale, torture, all kinds of stuff. I clicked one link that said home invasion live stream. The first thing I saw upon clicking was a man filming himself. He was wearing a clown mask and held up a large knife imitating slicing his own throat. He then turned the camera around to film a window that was slightly open. He took his shoes off and slowly slid the window open and climbed inside. You could see him sneaking upstairs. He entered the bathroom where he made a small cut on his arm with the knife he was carrying. He got all the toothbrushes and rubbed them in his open wound and put them
Does he
back
have
how
like
he found them.
AIDS or something?
I didn't really feel comfortable watching this. But after seeing that I was disgusted, I couldn't click away. I was too enticed by this and what he was doing.
Sound like
So
me when
kept
I watch
watching.
Jackass.
He then opened the door to a bedroom where a man and a woman were sleeping. He leaned over to the man, put his hands right next to his face, almost touching him. Then the same again with the blade that he was carrying. He pressed the knife right up to his throat, almost making contact. The masked man then went and stood right next to the woman on her side of the bed and stood there just staring at her, just watching her breathe as she slept. After just standing there, he pulled something out of his pocket and placed it next to the woman's pillow. I couldn't see what it was, but then he zoomed in. It was a note with the words, "I could have raped and killed your whole family," written on it. He then snuck out of the bedroom, and I said out loud, "This guy is so fucked up." He paused,
You
and
heard
he
it.
turned the camera onto himself and just stared at it. I thought, that's weird. It's like he heard me say that. He was still staring at the camera, in fact. It was like he was staring at me. After a short pause, he carried on sneaking around downstairs and quietly climbed out the window. And the stream ended. At that point, I also had enough for one night and decided to try and sleep. I never told anyone that I went on the deep web. And about 3 weeks after watching that live stream, I woke up one morning to see a note next to my pillow, and it read, "So who's fucked up now?" Yeah, I was scared, but I didn't tell anybody because it sounds fake.
Yeah,
But I
but
tell you what,
man,
I will never go back on the deep or the dark
this
web again.
motherfucker has mastered the sneak. He just sneak anywhere without making a sound. I don't like this music.
So I'm 13 years old,
It's very
and I'm
unsettling.
obsessed with the deep web. Just by the stories I've heard about.
13.
I'm not really tech savvy
Can't
in
even
any way.
pee
So
straight
for the
yet.
past year, I've been begging my 15-year-old brother, who's hella good with computers, to let me use the deep web and mess around a bit. He's always denied me until today. I don't know why there's a sudden change in heart, but whatever. He grabbed me from my room and told me we were going to explore the deep web. We both went into his room, closed the door, and began our search. We really didn't get into anything too deep because, contrary to popular belief, there are not snuff films and human leather shops at every little layer that you see. We were just generally browsing some drug websites and whatnot, until we came upon this chat room. No, it wasn't really anything special. Just kind of like a knockoff Omegle, minus the video service. We decided this would be the prime place for some entertainment, and we clicked on it. All that needed to be done was to be matched with a stranger and then click. Boom. You're set. We messed around with a few people. Threw around some shitty memes in the chat. Fun things, things that immature teens would do. If anyone here is familiar with Chris Hansen, the pedophile catching living meme, we decided to do that style of thing. Thinking back now, that was pretty stupid, but whatever, it was fun. We went around to random chat boxes, tricking them to thinking that we were looking for some fun as a 12-year-old girl just to gauge people's reactions. No need to torment me on how stupid that was and how messed up it was.
I'm sure
but
you realize
I know,
how stupid that is.
to be fair,
Now,
we only say that
at
if
least
they
I hope you
initiated
do.
sexual stuff in the chat. We were pranking generally harmless people until this one guy. He totally fell for it and became this 36-year-old guy 100% set on meeting up with our online persona and having a sexual encounter, an oral one. We still thought this was hilarious up until the point where I want to believe this guy was actually pranking us. He sent us 2 links. Both were of a 9 and 11-year-old girl covered in something and giving him it was disgusting. We really want to think it's fake, but I don't think so. Let me reiterate that this was disturbing. Fair to say, with no other options. Police can't do anything.
I didn't even see
Everything's
it, and I'm
anonymous,
disturbed.
and our parents would kill us for doing that. We bid him a polite farewell, and there's a special place in hell for people like you message and left. I really hope those pictures weren't real. I've never been back on the deep web since.
Sheesh. And this music.
A few years ago, I had a fixation with the deep and the dark web. There was a room named Onama Feast that I'd go into, and all it would show was a man eating. To me, it was odd because I really didn't know why I was watching a man eat.
People do that shit on YouTube.
I saw that there were a lot of people, so I joined it. Anyway,
No, why am I watching
he
that
had a
man
regular middle-class kitchen in which he ate his food. I couldn't tell what type of meat it was, but everyone in the chat would comment on how they would cook their onama. I don't know, but it was spelled ONAMUH. I didn't know what that meant, so I Googled it, of course. And it was a song. I really didn't get it. Everyone kept typing that word. No one would type full sentences,
he was
just
eating
words.
human flesh.
They kept saying Onama daughter. After about 20 minutes into his meal, I typed, "What does it mean?" This username called Sprinkles88 replied saying it's humano backwards. I thought to myself that humano means human in Spanish.
Right.
I thought, why do they keep saying humano, daughter then? So I typed it. They mostly replied with, "You don't know what you're watching, do you? And you must be lost." I typed, "I'm serious, why is everyone saying this?" It was at least a minute until username Damergeen replied with, "The meat he is eating is human meat. In fact, it's his daughter. If you don't want to be his meal, then I suggest you get the fuck out of this live stream." I quickly closed the stream, my browser, and shut down my laptop. I sat there for about 15 minutes, silent. I was thinking to myself, what did I just watch? Was he really eating human meat? Or were they just messing with me? I don't know, but I never went back on that live stream, nor did I ever visit the dark web again.
Sheesh. Oh, that was one. I thought it was that's what it was for.
A few nights ago, I was looking through my emails when I received a message from an unknown sender.
Fucking watching Hannibal
It had a
Lecter.
link attached to it. Unfortunately, I clicked on the link, and it showed that I was in a live stream of someone's apartment. It took me a second to realize that it was my apartment.
Oh boy.
I was being recorded on the live stream. There was a comment section, and I started to read what people were saying. Honestly, it was sickening. They were saying things like, "I can't wait for this cunt to panic," and "Please, please make her scream in agony." I felt like throwing up.
It's a lot of fucked up people.
I picked up my phone to call the police, but it wasn't working. For some reason, I couldn't get a signal. I then tried the landline phone, but that wasn't working either. At that point,
now it's time to jump out the window.
I looked through the peephole to see 3 large men in overalls carrying a blowtorch, pliers, and a hammer. One of them also had it looked like a duffel bag, and what I'm guessing was more tools. I was crying and panicking now, thinking I was about to die. I looked back through the peephole, and as soon as I did, one of them covered the glass with a rag or something, and I started to hear banging and drilling coming from the other side of the door. I was pacing back and forth thinking of what to do. I then opened the window and looked out on the ground. My apartment is on the 2nd floor, so it's pretty high. At this point,
You
the 3
survived
men
it.
smashed the door down and ran into my apartment. I quickly climbed out through the window and I hang down. At that point, I heard the men shouting, but I didn't understand what they were saying. It sounded like it was Russian or something. As I was dangling down the window,
Sheesh.
about to drop, one of them smashed my fingers with a hammer. I screamed and dropped to the floor, and I was unconscious. Thankfully, when I woke up, I was in a hospital and not in someone's basement. 4 of my fingers were completely broken. My ankle was broken, and I had
damn.
3 fractured ribs.
Sheesh.
The police
Maybe
came
it
to talk
was
to me
too
shortly
high.
after I woke up. They informed me that I was a victim of the dark web snuff stream. The cameras were planted in my apartment when I was away. And
Oh
I'm
wow.
lucky to be alive.
So he didn't even
I
go
was
to
lucky
dark
someone
web.
found me on the ground and called 911. This happened to me last week. I'm too scared to go back to
Oh
my
wait a minute, he
apartment,
wasn't, because he said
and
that
I'm currently staying with my parents
the
across the country.
live stream was it. Wow. Sheesh. That's fucked up. That is some fucked up shit. Like, that last one was really scary. Like, actually, like, made me, I like, I visualized it. And that is horrifying. and they have a jammer, so you can't call, you can't email, you can't do nothing to get out, and you only have one entrance, besides or jumping out of a 2-story window. Like, sheesh, and that other one with the fellatio thing. Ugh. I just want to beat that dude to death. Like, I was just thinking of that when he was telling us this. I want to beat that pedophile to death. Like, man, you gotta be careful here. Just don't even visit that shit. Like, I guess if you into drugs and shit, then yeah, but just go to the drug one, the website. Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. See some of these people hacking people. They like, well, now we gonna kill this person. Like, so just be careful when you on that shit. Or just don't go on it. It's just that. Like I said, I didn't go on it. I had a friend who went, but he went straight to like some thing and bought. He bought some, because I remember he bought some reefer or something like that. So if you do that, I guess, but just don't go. Especially nowadays. I mean, like this was back in early 2000s. So nowadays reefer is legal in most places. I mean, so hell, it's legal here in Illinois now. I think you can't buy more than, I think if you can't buy, you can't have on you more than 3. I think it's 3 ounces or something. I mean, not 30 ounces at one time. So I think that you have more than that on you, then they figure you're trying to distribute it. So, but yeah, just don't go to that shit. Just stay home, play video games, or I would say go walk in a park or something, but you probably get attacked and raped there. So just stay in your house, lock all your doors, close your door, lock that door, put like a doorstop, hit it at the bottom so you can't open the door, and just play video games. Just do that. So anywho, hope you all enjoyed my video. Everyone, if you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Comment down below. Have you ever been in dark web, deep web? Did you see any creepiness on there? Like I said, I didn't go on there. A friend of mine did. So, but it's just like I said, they have websites and stuff out there, but I just was never really. I was too afraid of fucking up the computer because I heard some people like, oh, they got a virus that messed up their computer and stuff like that. So I was like, I didn't want that to happen to my computer. So on my dad's computer, so I was like, I'm not about to get yelled at. Or have to pay for this computer. But anyway, like I said, comment down below you've been on dark web, you've been known someone who's been on dark web, they got any stories. Also, share this video on your various social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.